Alright, I've been making claims here for a while about mud fossils, and I submitted all this business. I have CAT scans and DNA tests, 3 DNA tests, all positive, 7 CAT scans, chemistry, all this. Now, I am making claims these things were real creatures. This is not just some rock. That was a giant elephant, and that is petrified in the Great Flood. And it's I call them mud fossils because normally they're stuck in the mud and then they petrify. Now, this was petrified standing up, and all of these creatures that you see around the world, and there's lots of them standing up. There's actually literally giant people standing petrified. And they're all over the place. There's one of a head that's laying backwards looking up in the sky. There's a car next to him. I'm going to show you how I can tell exactly why I'm saying what I'm saying. Now, look at this very carefully. Look over in here. First of all, this is the architecture of them, the anatomy is flawless. Now, secondly, look at these striations first of all, and I'm going to come in a little closer on this. You see these here, these little striations? That's connective tissue, and I'll show you that, and it's almost like tendinous tissue. Now, you see this over here? That's the bone underneath where his ear broke off, and that's the vascularization of his ear. Now you see this? Here's the smoker. I always look for a smoking gun, and this is it right here. And all of these have it where they were injured. Now, the red blood cells do a funny thing. They turn into like little star wheels. You see this right here? You see where that is? Look, you see this right here? That structure? Let me see if I can get even closer now. I don't know if I get any closer. Maybe I get closer with this. All right, let's look at these things really, really careful. Look at these little dots here. And they're all over. You see these over here? Am I on the page? No, hold on. Let me back out of here. All right, let's look at some of this because this is where the blood flowed down from his eye, and not from his eye, but over in this area. You see these little tiny holes? These little hole, all these. Then if you get down here, if you can get down now, yeah, I can see that. You see these little things? You see them all over the place? You see the star around them? You see that one specifically right there? That one there is excellent. Hold on, I'm going to come in on that. Because that one there has turned into the holes in the middle, and you can see the star. Now I'm going to show you what dried blood looks like, and it's not much of a difference. Hold on. You see this? There it is. That is dried blood. That's dried blood. You see it? Hold on. Alright, that is the same identical architecture as to the dried blood that we see on those dead creatures. Now, it just struck me because, and this was from a site called A Fractured Reality, and this is a fractured reality because this is all true stuff. This is nothing I'm making up. And I was looking for this for a long time, and I was seeing these kind of red cells, and I'm thinking, but there are some of these out there, and those are underwater, believe it or not, and they're right off the coast of California. It's just unbelievable, but it's true, and these giants are all over the earth. So that's what I got for you. All right, everything that I just showed you on that elephant has the strappy little things on the front are connective tissues. They're tendons and ligaments looking stuff, but they're in skin, and they have a very heavy, dense skin. Now, let me see if I can find some. See, now this is connective tissue. You see, and this is a tendinous material, and these are those strappy fibers. And you see what we were looking at there? It's something along that. This is actually tendons. And then you go to Giant's Causeway, this is what they are. There's giants over there, and that's Giant's Causeway, and these are exactly what you see. And that's tendinous material. It's made out of olivines and plagioclase, and it's extremely mineralized, and it doesn't deteriorate. That's why you see them all over the world. And they do these kind of things here. They call them gray wacky and everything, but it's really tendons. They're all tendons. You see that? They call that some kind of, but it's a tendon. All of this is tendons. And that's what the earth is made out of, literally. And I'm not kidding you. The earth is made out of tendons. So anyway, that's what we're looking at on that elephant's skin. It's tendinous material. And they're like that. That's a tendinenthesis point. That's a tendinenthesis point. And I have absolute documentation to prove it. And Comet 67P is 4 miles across, I think. Something like that. And that's a tendinenthesis point, and that's in space. And it's smoking in space because it's burned and it still has meat left on it. And I'm telling you, I'm not making this up. And all of the chemicals that are coming off of there are the same things that are in barbecue smoke. Amines, and I forget what the other names are. Some of my big long names, but they're poly something, amines and things like that. They give off these cargo, it's all documented. I'm not going to go into all those little details. But this is no question about what they are. So now we just got to have people look at them, and we'll go from there. But all of this research was done and came about as a product of mud fossils, when I realized that all of these things weren't just dust and dirt that came together. This was life that formed these formations and brought out these chemicals into these concentrations. This is I fully understand it now, because I understand chemistry, and I understand exactly what all this is about now. Once you realize, you get your mind open enough to see that the whole universe is alive, and that these things were living creatures, and look at it realistically, then you'll get to understand exactly what they are. And I have plenty of videos to show. I have 100, over 150 more now, almost 200. Anyway, I got enough that you could sit around for months. But anyway, that's what I got, and that's what it is. And the elephant was alive.